So you're thinking of moving to Chicago, Illinois? Well, hold your horses. It's not all unicorns and leprechauns in the great state of Illinois. There are some negatives, and we want you to know some of the negatives ahead of time. That way you can be well prepared, and we're sharing that with you right now. If you're new to this channel and you want to know everything about living in Chicago, Illinois, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in Chicago, Illinois. My name is Pauline Mellon with Fulton Realty. We get texts, calls, and emails every single day from people just like you looking for help in making their move to Chicago, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, shoot us a text, give us a call, or send us an email. All of the information is in the description below. Happy to help you make a smooth move to Chicago. Chicago offers culture, history, fantastic food, and so much more, but it also has its fair share of problems, as any big city in America does. So let's dig into the details. Number one, weather. This is something that we always get questions about, especially people moving from California where the weather is perfect all the time, right? Well, let me tell you something. When it's cold, it's cold. And when it's hot, it's humid. It's really, really hot. And during spring, the tulips blooms, but it's pretty rainy. But hey, that's what St. Patrick's Day is for, right? Summers get pretty humid, but we go to Chicago beaches to cool off. During autumn, oh my goodness, Chicago just turns golden, just very, very beautiful. And of course, we get winters. Winters get below zeros and we get a significant amount of snow. Many people rent storage units near Chicago to store their winter gear like clothes, snow blowers, and sports equipment. It's an easy, safe, and affordable way to store their winter stuff without filling up their house. Chicago is known affectionately as the Windy City. That's because, frankly, it's incredibly windy here, especially in the winter. That wind can send a chill through your bones like no other American city. The winters here are longer than most due to our proximity to Canada and the Great Lakes. In other words, when you live in Chicago, preparing for winter's cold and snow is a must. Number two, property taxes. We do have pretty high property taxes here, so that's definitely something that catches some people off guard when they move here. Number three, traffic. Downtown Chicago is full of incredible things to do, but driving in the city can make you want to pull your hair out. Why? Chicago ranks second among US cities with the most congestion and sixth globally. Drivers lose an average of 104 hours a year to traffic, costing them a whopping $1,600. But here's a funny thing, numbers are down from the pre-pandemic levels. Total hours lost to traffic has dropped by 63 hours compared to pre-pandemic times, equating to a 28% decrease. So how do you avoid sitting at a standstill? Avoid rush hour. Weekday rush hour is from 6 to 11 a.m. and 3 to 7 p.m. And while you may think weekends are better, Sundays can be equally busy. If you're considering a move to Chicago, chances are you've heard plenty of positive feedback. After all, the city has a largely stellar reputation among locals and tourists alike, and for good reason. Stunning architecture, world-class restaurants, a vibrant arts scene, victorious sports teams, Chicago has it all. If you are a lover of pro sports, Chicago can't be beat. Whether you choose to root for the Cubs or the White Sox, and yes, you have to choose, you'll never run out of crowded bars to watch the game. Nothing quite beats an afternoon with friends at Wrigley Field, whether you are a baseball fan or not. If you aren't into sports, there is still a ton to do. Boating on Lake Michigan, strolling the Navy Pier or Millennium Park, or taking a trip to the top of Sears Tower are all unique local experiences that enamor tourists. As a local, you can enjoy these activities on the regular and discover even more. Another plus is that Chicago offers a ton of public transportation options. Whether you ride the CTA, join bike sharing program, or Uber everywhere, it is fairly easy to get around the city. There are also lots of unique and storied neighborhoods, from the hipster haven that is Wicker Park to Barack Obama's home base in Hyde Park. Chicago neighborhoods are incredibly unique and diverse. But like any other city, it's not perfect, and it's not for everyone. And if you're contemplating a move to the Windy City, it's worth considering the negative aspects. Other than that, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. With that being said, check out my upcoming videos about neighborhoods and the cost of living, and you'll find even more information. And if you're ready to move, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I'll be happy to make that smooth move to Chicago.